today I wanted to share with you very important topic. So people out there that who don't know and would like to know the reality, you can see the Starbucks logo right next to me. The reality, the truth behind the logo. And why is there great fuss about the logo is out there and the Starbucks coffee? It is not a controversy that what I'm trying to brew, but what I'm trying to accomplish here for people to know the truth. Because often people, when they don't know the truth, when they did not really, they went day to day their life and they did not discover or bother to research in it. But I've been on the same path with those people because didn't had enough times to research it. But recently, my wife brought up and she said something about the Starbucks logo. And I was like, wow, I never thought about that. So I began to research that about Starbucks, and it really opened my mind. And then I began to research about the Starbucks logo, and it's just got me more tapped into it. So then I started searching about the logo and what I have discovered so far. So Starbucks, first of all, their logo was that. You see that? Naked, half woman and half mermaid. And mermaid not with one tail but two tails, and then mermaid having a cross on it, and then boobs are hanging around too. So I was really disturbed by the logo. First of all, that is a very seductive way to gain the business of people, to get the business of people, and really try to get people to be attracted, to be more curious. What is that about? Socializing people, liberalizing people, and getting people curious. And then you see that the very first logo is right here, and then the small logo on top. Then they tried to little soften the logo and couldn't soften it. Then they came down to that logo. So there is another logo. So there we go. Then they came down to this logo, tried to soften down because first it was the man, the woman breast was like the mermaid breast was hanging out, and now they try to soften down the logo but couldn't do it, and still like there you can see the two, mermaid tails is on one and left side. I often wonder what was that, because I couldn't never discover that. I thought maybe that is that is the you know the hand or something. The woman probably standing, sitting like that or standing like this or something. They made it like that, and then the woman have a crown on the head, and one star. That is a very demonic. That is a very demonic star, demonic representations of the. Then I began to Google things, and I was like, "What is that? Star means star meaning on the crown. That was the meaning of the stars in a biblical. So it was a circle stars often represents that's very demonic. One star and the star of demonic forces. And I was so amazed by it. Why would they bring something like that in a coffee vault? But that's their agenda behind to get people to being captivated with that. So that's very demonic. I find it Starbucks very demonic. And then the hairs that I thought that was a hair. That's not a hair. That's snake. That's a snake. These are the snakes coming down from her head. And snake of course a representation of a demonic force. You know. And then they try soften down more the logo, and then the fourth logo you see on the right side, that's what they brought the logo, but these are all different logos over the times, but they started trying to soften down more logos so people don't notice it. But I find it very fascinating why it's that, the lady, when you also see the Starbucks logo, you can Google it. Starbucks logo lady name. So when you Google the name is the Siren. So who is the Siren? And you will see a very demonic. That's it. Water demons. That's what it is. That's what it is. So from its small beginning in 1971 on the Google logoworks.com, from its small beginning in 1979, the Starbucks design has always been a two-tailed mermaid. These days, we call her by her proper name, the Siren, even though the newest logo design doesn't explicitly show that she has two tails. So that doesn't show because they try to hide it. It's the Siren. So Siren is when you search it on the Starbucks. She is not a real person, but we kind of think of her as one. She is the biggest symbol of our brand. Really, other than our partners, she is the face of it. So I am so amazed. What would be a demonic, that imaginary thing would be the face of the Starbucks, because that's for a very demonic reason, because that's a spirit, and often people don't know about it. And I want people to know about it because that is not real, that's not that the Starbucks has a very demonic reason behind it, what they do and how they do it, and why they do the things they do. That's really gets me to the point. I been the big fan of Starbucks for a very long time, but when I began to find out these demonic things about Starbucks, I started said, you know what, I'm not going to Starbucks anymore, because there is a liberal agenda behind these things, and also demonic agenda behind this, to get the people deceived, because Starbucks have a very big influence now in the world. Their Starbucks is all over the world, and people drink the coffee of Starbucks without knowing what they do and how they do and why they support the things they do and where their money is going. So I'd rather support something, because I'm a Christian, I'm a man of faith. So I want to support something that which making a bigger impact on a community, not where demonic things reasons are behind for the things that I'd rather support some organization that where, or get their coffee that where my money is going. And now exactly where my money is going. So second thing, so there we go, that was about Starbucks. About the Dunkin' Donut, so I switch over to Dunkin' Donut. The reason I switch over to Dunkin' Donut, because even Dunkin' Donut coffee is, I've been very long fan of Dunkin' Donut. I worked for Dunkin' Donut, but I switched over to, for some reason I stopped working and I started working at the different place. So I start and also it's very high caffeinated, get your brain going. I always get some type of headaches when I drink Starbucks coffee, so it's so strong for me. But I liked it. Anyhow, it got me hooked on it. But finally I came off Starbucks. Now I start drinking Dunkin' coffee. So Dunkin' coffee, America runs on Dunkin's, that their logo. But anyhow, I rather support Dunkin', and do switch over to Dunkin' Coffees. I like their logo. Their logo looks good, to me. It's a coffee with the hot steam is blowing up, so hot coffee. So that is good. So Dunkin' Donuts. So I tend to see a lot of my liberal friends who support Starbucks, and conservative people, Dunkin' Donuts. Cops drinks a lot of Dunkin' and eat donuts. So but not Starbucks. Starbucks is my God, it's so expensive first of all, and unaffordable. So many people, my friends, always criticize me for a very long time that why do you always drink Starbucks? So, but I always kind of liked the Starbucks, took a pride into drinking coffee that widely loved by the world and the people. But anyhow, I stopped. I said boycott Starbucks. Boycott them, because I don't like their mythology. I don't like their, logo. I don't like it. So anyhow, if you have a guys comment, please feel free to send me a comments, and write your comment below. And If you have